Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Cold Open Cup round of 32. We are back at it once again after a very short break. We've got Fumo Gaming going up against ZangAi Family. I believe this is the winner's bracket matchup. Hopefully, y'all were able to get some water, get some stretches in, and get settled in for another very exciting match. As always, my name is Sparky, and I am joined once again in the commentary booth by none other than Dynascape. Dyna, how you doing?
I'm doing well as always, Sparky. Thank you, as always, for asking. This is going to be a very high-profile matchup in the winners bracket. As you said, this is Fumo Gaming sitting at seed number 6 versus ZangAi Family at seed 27. And things are a lot closer than they seem at first glance. ZangAi Family has done very, very well in what we consider to be accuracy maps in the qualifiers, getting a 14th place finish in LN1, as well as a 17th place finish on the hybrid qualifier. Not to mention seed number 7 when it comes to LN2. So Fumo Gaming does have a lot of work to do if they do want to take this clean lead from ZangAi Family. Definitely can't be slouching here.
Yeah, for sure. And as we get this first warm-up underway, it's almost as if though one person in particular has an advantage when it comes to some of the SV found in this chart. I wonder why.
Yeah, something about the mapper and the warm-up. I don't know, it's just not really clicking with me right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just having the run of their life. Maybe they're doing something beats me. But regardless, this is we are of course in the warm-ups. This tournament does not feature any SV. Probably gonna be the only opportunity any of these teams will ever have a chance to play some SV during the match. Because after this, not allowed.
Yeah, pretty much. Gotta get your SV in when you can, especially for those that do enjoy it. However, as this warm-up closes up, it's definitely a good test to see how each player here can do when it comes to kind of, I guess, hybrid picks.
Yeah.
But again, this was Fumo Gaming's warm-up. ZangAi Family gonna get one. Gonna have to see what they like to train, unless it's a funny one, but it doesn't seem so. This is gonna be linear ring, so I think this is an LN map, if I'm not mistaken.
It could be SV. It depends. I know there are some pretty, I don't want to say popular, but there definitely exists some SV maps of this song in the graveyard. We should see what the approach is on it. The OD6 might lead us to believe that it's an LN chart, but
Yeah, I know our referee Sun Apple is saying that it is an SV map, so pretty interesting how both teams might be opting to just kind of have a little fun as they get their hands warm.
yeah, for sure. Definitely gets the nerves out a little bit if you're playing something a little little wonky, if I do say so myself. Well, I'll introduce the teams while we wait for this second warm-up. Fumo Gaming, of course, is going to be staffed by Konohana Lucia, Robo12345, and Sugos, who is in this lobby, just not on screen. And ZangAi Family going to be staffed by the two members, Chicken Gold and Yuli. So they have to play everything where or not they want to during this match.
Yeah, no, this was a pretty hard match to schedule. Just kind of it's really hard again as usual when you have like NA players and then they have to go against an Asian team, vice versa, stuff like that. But glad we could get this one sorted out because it was kind of scary. I think ZangAi Family was in very much in danger to lose by default for this match, but glad they could come out and make it. Have a really nice intense match between these two teams.
Yeah, for sure. And as we make our way through this first third of this chart, SV definitely very prominent, catching basically everybody off guard a little bit. A bit of a 180 here compared to the first warm-up. One team definitely more comfortable with it than the other. It's almost like sight reading SV is not advisable.
Yeah, I would not advise it in the slightest. Bit of a reason why we did not opt to have SV in this tournament. Seems like it is Yuli's pick, the one who wanted to play this map, seeing as they are very much above every other player in the lobby.
It's a good song, I can't blame them. So definitely a good way to get yourself in the mood for what could potentially be a match that goes the distance. If things work out in both teams' favor, might need to employ a little bit of tiebreaker action, but don't want to speak too soon. Definitely don't want to jinx it before it even happens. So last sliver of map left to go, and it'll be very interesting to see what the strategies for both these teams are going into this match.
Yeah, I feel like ZangAi family will probably opt for LN. As I've said, they had really strong placements in the LN department as well as the hybrid. Fumo Gaming just a really good all-rounder, so really just kind of whatever they're feeling on this particular day. So I would expect Fumo Gaming to ban an LN. In my opinion, try to just go for that rice accuracy, where the ZangAi family potentially just go for the LNs and hybrids throughout this match.
Yeah, for sure. And the rolls do come out. Konohana rolling a very strong 7 compared to the 94 of Chicken Gold here. I think 94 is indeed bigger than 7. Definitely.
Yeah,
don't
by a
need any
decent
fact checking for that.
margin. ZangAi family will go ahead and get first pick regardless of what they choose to go first on, whether or not it's first ban or first protect. Seems like they know what they want. They do opt for the first ban. So Fumo Gaming is going to go ahead and get first protect. Gonna have to see what their game plan is for this match.
Yeah, Fumo Gaming having a bit of a think when it comes to what they want to protect here. Might tip their hand a little bit as to what they want to go for, and it's going to be Wicked Cross being protected here.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice protect. A big reason as to why ZangAi family is what I would consider low in the seedings is because they were just not able to really put together a solid run in the qualifiers for both of the rice maps. So Wicked Cross really shows kind of more of a physical side, especially when it is broken jump streams at, I believe, 180 BPM, and a lot of it does end on kind of a three note chord. Be very, very tricky to coordinate, and we've seen a decent amount of drops on it as well, so I do like that protect. ZangAi family opting to protect LN2, no surprise there. I'm sure that they're very well practiced on that map and can pretty much probably get over a 99.7, probably shoot well above that 990 range.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty unsurprising protect here. And the ban, also unsurprising, Whispers from a Distant Star are going to get removed from the map pool. Probably one of the more physical maps in this pool, maybe one that they're not too consistent on, judging by their rice scores in the qualifier. Definitely don't want to inadvertently play into the hands of Fumo Gaming. So looks like the ban for Fumo Gaming is going to be rice by an LN1. So pretty unsurprising in terms of what the overall mindset of both these teams are. I feel like we're going to have a bit of a duel in the hybrids if this match does end up going a bit further than both teams might be expecting. So with that all said and done, ZangAi family going to be up to pick first.
Yeah, and I think one thing to note is that it's been pretty interesting to see Valscotch kind of left aside for the majority of the matches in this tournament, neither really protected or banned, and we haven't seen a lot of picks come out for that. Most teams have been shying away from it. So, ZangAi family again, we'll get first pick. Probably will be LN3 if I had to guess.
Yeah, I could see that being the case. That or they could throw a bit of a curveball, and I was just about to say Hybrid 2 also could serve as a bit of a pocket pick for LN-oriented teams. The two sections, most notable sections in this map are very tricky in terms of LN patterning, and we have seen some teams trip up when those choruses do come out, so it'll be interesting to see how Fumo Gaming responds as to who's going to be playing this.
Yeah, I mean, for Dashi, there's a lot to really mess you up. Those one-hand trills on the LN sections are no joke. I can see a lot of greats being dropped by any player in this lobby. However, I don't think we'll see a lot in terms of combo breaks. It's pretty straightforward aside from those one-hand trills.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like the lineup is going to be Sugos and Konohana Lucia for Fumo Gaming to contest this pick. As we said earlier, Yuli and Chicken Gold. Two-man teams, so get out to play every map whether they want to or not. See if they can hold their nerve against this formidable lineup. A bit of a seed discrepancy, but it is a winner's bracket match. Both teams winning their first match to be here, so see if they can put up a bit of a fight against each other as we get loaded into this first map of this best of 7. As always, first team to 4 points will be moving on to the round of 16 in that winner's bracket. Nobody eliminated just yet, just going to drop down into that loser's bracket.
Yeah, and already kicking it off, pretty much every player in the lobby seems very comfortable with these broken streams, small patterns here and there. Does seem like Konohana Lucia is a step above Chicken Gold, pretty much tied with the Yuli. Sugos is concretely last in the lobby, holding at a 99.68.
Yeah, this introductory section, very important. A couple of 200s being dropped by Sugos as things start to pick up a little bit here. Gonna hand the lead over to ZangAi family for the moment, but we aren't really in the real tricky parts of this map just yet. Just a little bit of broken rice here and there to contend with. And as we make our way, we get into the first chorus and the LN start to come out, see if anybody chops off some of these LN releases. That's really where the damage can be done.
And as you say that, I feel like the damage is kind of being done, especially for Sugos, dropping down to a 99.6 after that section. Konohana still holding strong, does have top act in the lobby, however, I don't think that is enough at the moment. ZangAi family kind of having a bit of a lead going into the back half of the map.
Yeah, 1900 points the difference. However, Chicken Gold did pick up either a rush of 300s or a couple of 200s, and it brings down their accuracy just a little bit, brings Sugos back into play, able to capitalize should either of the ZangAi family members find a bit of a drop. Konohana Lucia still duking it out with Yuli on the top half of the lobby. Sugos going at it with Chicken Gold right now. Last quarter of the map still to go. Things start to build up once again. The last chorus is upcoming, and those LN patterns start to get a little bit denser. A couple of turns are coming out from Sugos here, going to expand the lead, drop them down under that 99.5 mark. Last eighth of the map to go, and unless there's a significant accuracy drop, Yuli actually falling from their perch, 99.8 down to the 99.6 range, might open up a window, but oh, it's getting really dicey here. A lot of accuracy being dropped on the side of ZangAi family. Is it going to be enough? Oh my goodness, Fumo Gaming by the narrowest of margins, 800 points separating off the back of a V1 double S performance from Konohana Lucia, able to snatch the point away from ZangAi family at the very end of the map.
And how close was that? It was so incredibly tight throughout that last section. Really, that 50 drop by Yu Lee kind of sealed the deal if you really have to look at it. I mean, Sugos could really use a bit of work for that MA, definitely dropping a lot more grades when it comes to LN compared to every other player in the lobby. However, Konohana Lucia, just impeccable ratio. V1 SS's it and really pushes Fumu Gaming through to notch that first point on the board.
Yeah, I feel like it was maybe just one impact there on that last chorus that really did Yuli in there. As you were saying, that 50 and a couple of 100s as well might have just been one uh, little brief hesitation on one of those one-hand trills that might have made all the difference there. But narrowest of margins, less than 1,000 points between these two teams so far. We're gonna go into that upper half of the map pool. It's gonna be Termination of Desires coming out for Fumo Gaming here.
And this is quite a nice pick from Fumu Gaming. Again, this is Rice, mixed Rice, kind of like their Protect in Rice 4. However, Rice 3 really has a lot of single streams to deal with, as well as some 2 and 3 note consecutive chords. So I guess I would say that finger independence is really kind of the deal here. You do not want to miss on those chords.
For sure. And I feel like these opening notes, we're going to see a couple of wild accuracy swings as the map really starts to settle in a little bit. It's very easy to kind of lose your way a little bit on this map, start dropping a lot of inadvertent 300s, those really start to pile up after a little while. And unless the other team trades back some 200s in kind, can find yourself falling behind a little bit as we get this map underway. And we see that everybody down in that 99.7-ish range. ZangAi family having about a tenth of a percent of a lead after that first burst going into the second third of the map here.
Yeah, it just seems like on this map, Konohana Lucia and Sugos can't really find their footing, or at least not as much as both players on the ZangAi family's side. Yuli is doing extremely well to kind of keep that lead at a nice distance, holding on to a 99.8 as we get into the back half of the map.
Yeah, from a spectator's perspective, this map feels very short, but when you're in the thick of it, it feels like this map just goes on forever and the nodes come down so slowly. And when they start to pick up, you try and regain the focus to try and get back into it. Last third of the map still to come. Stugo's finding a couple of 200s as the pattern starts to become more jump streamy, a little bit more broken up. Gonna be taking a bit of damage here. And Konohana Lucia doing everything in their power to try and stay competitive with the side of ZangAi family. But right now, Yuli has the upper hand in that exchange, and Chicken Gold being that backup support at the moment. Last quarter of the map still to go, and it is firmly on the side of ZangAi family for the moment here, just based on accuracy alone. All four full combos still on the board here.
Yeah, and there's pretty much nothing else in the map, just a couple little bursts. Gonna need some kind of miracle drop at the end for Fumu Gaming to take this point. However, it does not seem so. ZangAi family will close out this map with two V1 SS's on their side. Incredible ratios as well.
Yeah, really good way to answer back after losing that first pick. Bit of a statement here not going to go down lightly on the Rice picks, and the fact that Rice 2 was banned, Fumo Gaming losing one of those options in terms of physical Rice to try and get some inroads. Maybe this was maybe a bit of a testing the waters kind of pick, especially after getting that break point. So no harm, no foul at the end of the day. Just tied up 1-1. Becomes a bit of a best of three now. I believe. No, best of five, best of three. Best of five.
Best of five. Yeah, there we go. Yes.
I'm so bad at the best ofs that that's why I don't bring it up
Math
often.
is hard, Sparky. I don't blame
Math
you
is-
at all.
Listen, I didn't go past like pre-calculus, so numbers are fake for all I care.
Yeah, numbers are imaginary, but we're not talking about the imaginary numbers. I mean, 2 straight breakpoints is very weird to see. Sparky, you know as well as I do. We've commentated so many matches like this. Hope it doesn't, you know, or I guess not really hope it doesn't. It's always kind of interesting to see matches that do kind of follow that pattern. But I mean, for the sake of their teams, I hope that they do find their points in the ones that they are confident in.
Yeah, it remains to be seen as we make our way into Senen no Kotowari. It's going to be LN2 coming out here for ZangAi family. Still sticking with the LN picks, or LN based picks in this map pool. And right now pulling away just a little bit here, Chicken Gold now with the highest accuracy for them. Trading off with Yuli here, 99.8 for them. Yuli not too far behind, 99.7 themselves. And Fumo Gaming, Konan Lucia trying to match pace here, 99.8, but Sugo's falling behind just a little bit, 99.5 for them. So an opportunity to climb back. This back half of the map does pick up just a little bit. We have seen some pretty interesting chokes with the 200s coming out from them. Each one does a significant amount of damage on a map this light.
Yeah, and I'm really holding my breath until the final note is released on this map. There is a decent spike at the end with LN coordination, so anyone can drop there and really flip things over at the last second. Chicken Gold top scoring, but as I say that does drop a 200, bringing their accuracy down to about Konohana and Yuli's level. All 3 of them at that 99.7 mark. Sugo's a bit behind at 99.47, really giving in to the ZangAi family lead.
Yeah, Konohana was actually briefly top scoring the lobby. I'm gonna say that the client missed. I don't think. Yeah, there he goes. He recovers. No need to panic just yet. But that being said, this does lead us into the hardest part of the map. Everybody handling it like the professionals they are. 99.7's Yuli down below 99.69. Not going to matter here. Fumo Gaming collectively in that 99.5 range. Konohana kind of sees the writing on the wall, kind of messed up that ending. Going to concede the point. ZangAi family makes it 2-1 now.
Yeah, I mean, for both players on the ZangAi family, not only their MA, but also their minimization on the 200s really helped propel their scores to that next level when it comes to accuracy. Fumo Gaming gonna fire off right away with the Rice 1 pick, potentially their last one of this match.
Yeah, potentially being the word, the important word there. Definitely need to win this to maintain pace. ZangAi family an opportunity to make it match point. It is an interesting one. I definitely, in the back of my mind, was expecting Valscotch to come out, just based on how physically demanding that is. This is also a pretty decent one, bit of a consistency check. And as we said in the last broadcast, the mini jacks really do start to get abrasive after a little while. Doing or maintaining the jump stream patterning for that long, and then seeing those come in can lead to a little bit of finger lock if you're not too careful. And it'll be interesting to see how the teams hold up here.
Yeah, I think as the map goes on and on, ZangAi family might be a little bit more in danger. They did place 45th and 50th on Rice 1 and 2 respectively. So I feel like it's kind of in line with Rice 1, just kind of like a stamina map. And so again, I mean, when the outside mini jacks come out in the chorus, remains to be seen how they'll deal with it because you really can't let go of the gas pedal on this map.
Yeah, for sure. And as we make our way through this introduction, we see Yuli taking a bit of an accuracy drop on this introduction, maybe rushing some of those patterns just a little bit here. Gonna be able to even out a little bit as we dive into the first verse of the song. But for right now, Fumo Gaming ahead by the narrowest of margins. Konohana Lucia 99.83 for them. Standing head and shoulders above everybody else in the lobby. But that being said, ZangAi family putting up a bit of a fight here. 99.5, 99.6 respectively. Starting to climb back up here. Sugo's finding a bit of an action drop, a couple 200s. Maybe hitting a little bit late as we make our way into the second quarter of the map. The Mini Jacks make their first appearance on those outer columns. See how they handle them.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, Sparky, but in that Bancho pause, the lead for ZangAi family was at, I think, 49 points. So this could be a photo finish.
Yeah, I think it's really just a matter of if Konohana can hold this perch that they are standing on as we get into the first break, take stock of the situation. It is about a couple thousand points now as we make our way into the back half of the map.
It's getting very, very close. I think as the... Sugos will find a really, really unfortunate drop in kind of that break section. Never something that you want to see, especially when you are playing the map. That's going to swing things over the ZangAi family, and now the ball is in their hands to close out this match and take it to match point for them.
Yeah, Konohana finds a break as well. We'll wait to see if that is a Bancho drop. Things are getting a little bit choppy, so maybe trying to keep it all together, but I don't see it recovering. I think that is an organic drop from them, and that might actually be the nail in the coffin for this pick for Fumo Gaming, not working out in their favor in this regard. Chicken Gold now highest accuracy in the lobby. Both members of ZangAi family holding on to their FCs, and they are pulling away with this lead as we make our way into this ending.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, both of those misses were homegrown, organic. ZangAi family gonna take it to 3-1. Match point for them. And I believe this is going to be their pick as well. And they still have both LN3 and Hybrid 1 on the board, I believe.
Yeah, so definitely a couple avenues for them to go into. And I think the only two people that are more surprised than anybody else involved in this match are the two members of ZangAi family. I don't think they gave themselves a chance on that pick, given by their reactions to it coming out. So maybe a bit of good fortune going their way as they make it 3-1 now. An opportunity to put a nice little bow on proceedings. I could see LN3 coming out here just to try and close it out.
Yeah, as we've seen, Yuli and Chicken Gold are extremely good when it comes to LN accuracy. Just nails down every single release. And Ocarina Sai is definitely one where you can focus on AC and not too much on the LN difficulty. However, Faraway is also a pick they can have, but they will opt for Ocarina Sai.
Yeah, I feel like Far Away might be a bit too risky. The Rice tech found in it might be a little bit too much for ZangAi family to want to mess around with. And when you're trying to close a match out, you just gotta go with something that you're comfortable with. And they have indeed been very comfortable with the LN picks. So we'll see how it goes. We have seen some pretty intense back and forth so far, harkening back to Hybrid 2 from earlier in this match. So Fumo Gaming not out of the woods just yet, but gonna find themselves with a bit of an uphill battle here. as we get that MP start command coming out. All 4 players loaded in. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, uphill battle fits well for this situation that Fumo Gaming has found themselves in. I mean, both players on that side are gonna have to really perfect every single release if they want to have a chance at making it to their pick. Yuli and Chicken Gold do start off very strongly, does gain a bit of a lead onto Fumo Gaming.
Yeah, but for right now, it is pretty close as we make our way into the second quarter of the map. Konohana Lucia really picking up the pace in terms of overall accuracy, 99.86 for them. That being said, the ZangAi family, I mean, it's just consistent between these 2 players, basically in lockstep with each other in terms of their overall performances, hovering in that 99.8 range to try and contest. And right now it is Sugos, unfortunately bringing up the rear for the moment at 9.5 for them. Gonna need to cut back on some of those 200s if they don't want to try and inadvertently hand over more of this lead that ZangAi family has built up. That being said, Yuli does find a 200 in response, though. If Sugos can keep it clean in this back half, might have an outside shot of trying to take this pick away from them.
Yeah, or maybe even an uncanny drop from the side of ZangAi family could close things out. I do believe that they still have a decent lead. I think I saw 200 again from Yuli, bringing down their accuracy. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but it's going to be, I think, a photo finish on this map.
Oh, it's coming down to the wire. Last couple of releases here to worry about. This is going to be the most important release of Sugos' life, and they managed to hold on. That is 110 points.
What is that? And again, on the back of Konohana Lucia
My
with a
God.
V1SS double digit perfect, the only one in the lobby, almost gets a 995, gets Fumu Gaming. They are revitalized, they are still alive in the winners bracket, and now it is their point to try to get things to tiebreaker.
You're telling me that we were literally a singular judgment away from this match being over. The equivalent of a singular judgment.
Yeah, I have to run the numbers, but I think it was like literally a singular 300 because
Oh
what was
my
it? The 200
goodness.
counts were the same, right? It had to have
Basically
been
the same.
yeah, it was literally by 1 300 that separated Fumu Gaming from ZangAi family on the map.
Okay, that is crazy. The good thing is for ZangAi family, they did give away the breakpoint, but they are still at match point. So Fumo Gaming needs to force a tiebreaker here. And it's the pick that I think we've been kind of like underlining, like, hey, this is a very physically demanding pick. ZangAi family kind of struggled on the physically oriented qualifiers in during that weekend. The Rice maps did not favor their skill sets, take them out of their comfort zone. But on the other hand, this is such a risky pick to go into.
Yeah, I cannot be fully confident in Fumo Gaming to seal away this point because again, this match did start off with Fumo Gaming dropping their rice pick to ZangAi family. So anything can happen. I can foresee breaks from anyone as we've been seeing throughout the match, and that would really swing things over.
Yeah, for sure. This is really going to come down to a bit of finger control, trying to keep the nerves down. It's like I love the players for Fumo Gaming asking us to curse the other team. We are impartial to the proceedings. Y'all are the ones playing, and y'all are the ones listening. So we are not
Yeah,
responsible for any misses that happen during this run. And as we get this map underway, Sugo's going to find a bit of an accuracy drop at 9.4, going to climb back up relatively quickly. It is very early on in the map. And as we dive on in, everybody holding steady. All 4 FCs still on the board here as we make our way through this first quarter of the map. And it is very much too close to call at the moment.
Yeah, Konohana Lucia, the bastion of Fumo Gaming, sitting tight at a 99.87, well above both players from ZangAi family. And as we've seen time and time again throughout this match, Sugo's lagging a little bit behind. However, with the performance of Konohana, I think it's still enough to carry maybe the slightest of leads. It really remains to be seen.
Yeah, we have been seeing this throughout this weekend so far. We have players that are able to basically put on the backpack, put their teammate in the bag and take them through. It's just whether or not they can provide the supporting score to overcome teams that are more well balanced and have maybe not the highest scores, but a consistent average score can definitely overcome in certain scenarios. And as we make our way into the back half of the map, we see the team start to settle and we start to see that coming to fruition. The average score from ZangAi family hovering in that 99.65 range, and the spread score from Fumo Gaming. If Sugos can maintain this, then bolsters Konohana's advantage. They can start running away with this a little bit here. Last quarter of the map still to come. Advantage Fumo Gaming at the moment, but they're not out of the woods just yet.
No, not at all. Konohana Lucia is doing their best to try to propel Fumo Gaming to tiebreaker. Sugos is doing well on the backline as it stands. I believe at the Bancho pause, Fumo Gaming had a 4,000 lead. The swing rhythms are just so hard. Any 200s can change things drastically, but as the map closes out and things get tight, it seems like Fumo Gaming is poised to take this map.
Oh, it's still too close to call. There's a couple of bursts here at the very end. Everybody handles it, and we are going to go to tiebreaker. Fumo Gaming, on the brink of being knocked down into the losers bracket, managed to find it within themselves to pull off a clutch 110-point win and capitalize on it with a pretty close Rise 5 win.
Oh yeah, it was not an easy win at all. It could have went either way. As I said, any 200s can change things up, especially on a map like Valskotch, where probably your MA isn't on the best compared to other maps in the pool. However, we arrive at the final destination. This is tiebreaker between these two teams. Maybe something that neither team was expecting really, but here we are.
Yeah, I think the overall, I think Mania players are a little bit too pessimistic sometimes. Got to give themselves some credit when it comes to the performances they can put out. There's definitely been some standout performances throughout this match, whether it be Yuli or Chicken Gold or Konohana or Sugos, in their own rights to get themselves this far. But there must be a winner. We're going to go to Endless. This is, dare I say, an order of magnitude harder than some of the maps in this pool, but you definitely need to be able to handle stuff like this to truly punch your ticket into the round of 16. In that winner's side, must I add.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a lot more bursty, and not only that, but the LNs can prove to be a challenge too. Chopping off a release is very common, especially on the double holds. You can see a lot of 200s being dropped there. As we said before, ZangAi family kind of struggles a bit when it comes to more physical rice picks. So I feel like Fumo Gaming, at a first glance, kind of carries a bit of an advantage over them.
Yeah, but we have seen them find drops in inopportune times on maps that they probably themselves feel they should win, harkening back to that Rice 1 pick that didn't go their way. A couple of drops putting them in the situation. Could have probably closed it out if they had had a bit of a cleaner run on that map, but that is for then. We are here now at the tiebreaker as we make our way through this first quarter of the map, and once again, this is way too close to call for the intro.
Yeah, it's seemingly going to be a bit of a cross map battle. Yuli and Chicken Gold are quite close in terms of accuracy, and Konoha and Lucia always a step ahead of the opponent. Kind of finds themselves in lockstep with Chicken Gold, who goes in 4th place currently, holding a 99.4.
Yeah, it's one of those where maybe the physicality can be a little bit much for some of the players involved, but there's still 4 FCs on the board. Chicken Gold and Konohana going at it against each other. Yuli falling off their perch a little bit down into that 99.6 range for the moment. Players are going to get a break as this LN section starts to come up. See if anybody chops some of these releases. It's very hard to coordinate some of them sometimes, but everybody is still holding on as we make our way into the back half of the map, and Chicken Gold starts to find a bit of a drop, as well as Yuli. They still hold on to the lead because their overall accuracy on average is higher than that of the side of Fumo Gaming. Konohana as well, not immune to the damage as well. Nobody above that 99.7 range, but all 4 FCs are still on the board. Anybody drops in the back half would be absolutely devastating now.
Yeah, and it seems like in that LN burst section, Sugos took quite a bit of damage as well, just constantly deteriorating in accuracy. I believe dropped all the way down from a mid 99.4 to where they're at now. Lucia and Chicken Gold still tied. However, as you said, a miss can happen, and it's entirely possible that things swing over in favor of Fumo Gaming.
Yeah, the fact that everybody's still holding on going into the last quarter of the map is a testament to what happens when you put players under pressure, probably overperforming at the moment by their own standards. And right now, it really is the difference between Sugos and Yuli making all the difference, giving ZangAi family this tiny advantage, but it is a significant advantage at the end of the day as we make our way into the last Ki section, last 1/8 of the map left to go. Time is running out for Fumo Gaming. There needs to be a drop coming from the side of ZangAi family if they want to keep their winners bracket run alive, but it doesn't look like there's many tricks left up this map sleeve. And as we start to wind things down here, unless there's an unfortunate choke, I think we can call it now. It is going to be ZangAi family moving on to the round of 16 in the winners bracket, taking it over the 6th seed Fumo Gaming 4-3.
Yeah, ZangAi family taking down an absolute titan in this tournament and placing the laurel wreaths upon their heads. They have rightfully earned their spot in the winners bracket to continue, and Fumu Gaming is sent down into the losers bracket to fight off the other, honestly, a lot of high seed uh teams in there. So it won't be an easy road for them, but ZangAi family will coast smoothly on, at least for this match.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations to them. A hard fought battle. Everybody leaving it all in the lobby. When all is said and done, there has to be a winner at the end of the day, and it will be ZangAi family moving on. But with that being said, there are a couple more matches before we wind down this block. Our next match is going to be at 5 UTC. As we can see on screen, we got the bracket. I think ZangAi family going to be taking on the winners of Phantasma and Tanaxi. That's going to be happening later this weekend. But for right now, we got J4F going against Meow:3 at 5 UTC. Not sure if we have a streamer for that yet, but if we do, be sure to bring you guys as much action as we can as we wind down the second half of round of 32 weekend. Dinah, do you have anything else to say?
Nothing much, just GG's to both teams, and we hope to see you guys for these future streams as this round closes out. So thanks everyone for watching. We will see you in the next one.